We're going to try and do an experiment about osmosis using a potato. It's going to be quite difficult without a lab, but we're going to see if we can make it a fair test, and we're going to repeat our results to make sure that we've got a robust experiment giving us accurate results. So my apparatus is a chopping board, a potato, a ruler, a knife, some paper towel, a balance that weighs in 1 gram units, and over here I don't have a measuring jug, so I'm going to use this to make sure I've got the same volume of water in each experiment. I've got 3 glasses, all the same. I've got some sugar and some spoons. In this one I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of sugar. This one I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of sugar, and this one I'm not going to put any sugar at all. And then I'm going to add water, the same volume of water in each of them, and then we're going to add some potato and see what happens. So first I'm going to prepare the apparatus. The different amounts of sugar is going to be our variable. That means there are going to be different amounts of sugar in each of the glass jars. So 1 level tablespoon of sugar in the first, 1 level teaspoon of sugar in the second, and none in the third. I've measured up my water. I'm going to pour that into the first one, and then I'm going to measure out 2 more and put them in the other 2 glasses. So the only difference should be is the amount of sugar. I'm doing it all in the same room, so even the temperature will be staying the same. So the trick is I've got to get 9 potato chips out of this potato and make sure that they are roughly the same size as each other. In the lab you'd have a potato borer, like a potato cutter, to do this, but we're going to have to cut them and measure them. I've cut 3 slices of potato, 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, they're not all exactly the same width, so I'm going to get round that by, when I do my experiment, I'm going to make chips and use 1 from that slice, 1 from that slice, and 1 from that slice. You'll see in a minute. First of all, we don't want the skin of the potatoes, so I'm going to cut the skin off, and I'm going to cut chips without any skin that will all be the same width and all be the same length. The first slice of potatoes, I've cut 3 chips. Each chip is 2.5 centimetres long and 2 centimetres wide. I'm going to do the same thing now with the other 2 slices. Right, now I've got to turn on my balance. I've got a piece of kitchen roll on the top, but because I've got the tear on, that means that the balance is not going to weigh that piece of kitchen roll. So first of all, my first piece of chip from slice number 1, that measures 4 grams. So let's write it on here. Four. The second one is 7 grams. 7 grams. And the third one is 5 grams. So obviously the depth of these chips vary, but because I've got a chip from each of the 3 slices, when I compare the 3s, they're going to be the same. So number 2 is 7 grams. Put that there. 6 grams. And then the last one 6 grams. And I'm going to do that for the other slice as well. So I'm now ready to go. My first 3 bits of potato, I'm going to put into the 1 tablespoon of sugar pot. The second 3 I'm going to put into the 1 teaspoon pot. And the third 3 into the no sugar pot. And because I want to leave them all for about an hour, I'm going to make a note of the time. It's 10 o'clock. Now I'm going to go away and I'm going to draw up my results table and come back in an hour and measure everything. Okay, so that's an hour. Let's see if this has worked. So this is the 1 tablespoon of sugar solution. Put them on the paper towel. I'm going to dry off the excess moisture. And now I'm going to measure them. So that's 2 by 2.3. Write that down. Where's my pencil then? So, length 2.3. That is still 2. Is that one done? This one, measuring it, is 2.4. And that is still 2. So the length is now 2.4, and that is 2. Very sticky because all the sugar, I suppose. That is 2 by 2.3. So they haven't changed in width. They have changed in length. Let's now weigh them. So I've got a piece of kitchen roll on there to absorb the excess moisture. That's why we dried them off there. So let's turn this on. And that one is 5. And the last one is 3. 5, 5 and 3. Let's write that down then. 5, 5 and 3. And I'm going to do the other 2 solutions now exactly the same way and then fill in my results table, and then we'll have to look at our results.